Hi, this is Elena Jacob, and we are back with Sharon Nelson from WhereLifeWorks.com. Sharon, it's so great to have you back once more.
Thank you. It's great to be back.
Last time we spoke with Sharon, she told us a little bit about the Enneagram, and I investigated further and discovered that I am type 5, which is the observer. So that means that I like to take in information, do research, gather facts, and one of the downfalls of the 5 is that I can get caught in a cycle of gathering information and researching and never actually acting on anything. So that was really interesting, and learning about it helped me develop some tactics for moving past that little roadblock that is common in my type. Sharon, what about you? What's your Ennea type?
I am the 1, which is a perfectionist, and how that plays out is that the 1 has a really strong inner critic, and it keeps you in check from making mistakes. And so if you can imagine trying to live your entire life without making any mistakes, it was pretty intense. So, but the other thing of how the Enneagram works that makes us each unique is that the structure shows where you go when you're in a happy, secure place, and then also what kind of behavior shows up when you're stressed and not feeling safe or insecure. And with a perfectionist, I immediately go to comparing. I compare myself to everything and everybody when I'm not feeling secure. But then when everything's okay and I'm happy and feel safe, then I take on this real happy demeanor and I go and play, which is something that you have to kind of pull a 1 to do.
I see. And then last time you were here, we spoke a little bit about the 2, the giver. What are some of their characteristics?
Yes, the giver, as I mentioned, they always gave to receive. So they feel like they have to give of themselves and their time and their energy to be able to get love in return. And so what they do is they can recognize with work is that they say yes to things that really bring them joy. And that's how they can move out of their conditioned structure.
That's really powerful to be able to recognize. I mean, I know through my own experience that being able to see these characteristics in ourselves and recognize them and observe them and say, don't do that, or this is a better path, this is going to lead me to more joy. What are some of the other types? I know it goes through 9 individual types, so we've discussed the 5, the 1, and the 2.
Yes.
What are the other ones like?
Well, we'll go real quick through them. The 3 is an achiever, and they're all about doing. So their whole worth is based on what they do versus who they are.
I see.
The 4, which is an individualist, they're about what's missing in their life. So they're always out and looking for what is the ideal career, the ideal relationship, the ideal circumstance. And when that isn't there, then they'll leave and go continue to look. Yet it never materializes because they're always looking for that ideal. And they're a very emotional type. They want to make sure that everybody understands them. And then we mentioned the 5, which is you. And where do you go when you're stressed? What happens?
When I'm stressed, I go into anxiety, and so I get, I withdraw from the world. Actually, it's not even just anxiety; it's going within, and it's, let me go and think and consider. So I'll find myself not responding to something that was uncomfortable, and instead just going home, and then I think about it, and then I come up with the responses that I should have said. But much later, after I've had time to process, I need that processing time as a 5, I guess.
And now you do that, so you can...
I do, and being able to recognize that and catch yourself in the moment, and then course correct. It's instead of being on autopilot, you're taking the steering into your own hands and going, we want to go over here, or we want to do this. So it is a powerful tool. I've learned firsthand now.
Cool. And then there's the 6, that's the loyal skeptic, and what happens with them is they are like the devil's advocate. They're always looking to see what's wrong, and they're the troubleshooters. They'll go to the umpteenth level on what could go wrong with something. So trust is one of the things that they are looking to develop within themselves to have more trust. The next one after that is a 7, which is the adventurer, and they're always in the up position. So they really don't experience the full spectrum of the human experience, because it's always about how do we make something the best in any given situation. The 8 is a protector, and what they do is they come with very strong energy. They're almost like they avoid being vulnerable because that's what they're protecting, is that vulnerable piece within them. So they come with this big energy, not to show that they are weak. Mm-hmm. And they're usually the big, huge teddy bears inside, yet it's being able to approach them in the way that they need to be approached to know that they can let themselves be vulnerable. Mm-hmm. And the 9 is a peacemaker. And what's interesting about the peacemaker is they avoid conflict. So they'll run away, avoid conflict, and they want to make life comfortable. So they won't engage in anything that might be uncomfortable or have them come out and take a stand. So the way this works is just being aware of the things that are keeping you limited, and those are your blind spots. And once you see what those are, then you can put in some tools that help you to move through those things that are not necessarily serving you to the best in your life.
I can personally attest to the power that has in your life, from everything from business to personal relationships. It's an amazing tool, and it's so wonderful that you're sharing it with your clients and with the rest of the world. I'm sure those of you watching are probably wondering what type you are if you don't know already. So to find out, you can visit Sharon's site. She's got much more information about the Enneagram there. The secure and the insecure representations of each Enneatype and their wings. It's all very, very interesting. It goes extremely deep. So to learn more, you can visit her website. It's where-lifeworks.com, and there'll be a link in the description below. And I hope you do, because it is the most fascinating thing, and it teaches you so much about yourself and the people around you as well. So check that out, and check out what Sharon's got to offer. It will change your life. Thank you for being here again, Sharon, and explaining the Enneagram a little more clearly, and thank you for watching. Have a great day.